It's the Midwest Connectz, and we keep the streets on smash.
Niggas say you take your gun, touch your more paper than the teller. Going for the bullshit whenever.
Other, other promoters, other marketers, other bloggers in these markets, so that when we get there, we can do things like this and help the artists get their word out a little bit. So that's what we're trying to do, is connect the dots.
Back from Mobile, Alabama to be here tonight, you know what I'm saying? We got Chicago coming up, we got Cincinnati coming up. We're doing a 5-city tour with Empire, giving away a single distribution deal in 5 Midwest cities. We got Benzino coming to my market, we got Benzino coming to his market. We got a lot of stuff working currently. Big Buzz is coming to our Halloween party. I don't know if y'all get that with country rap, but we doing that for Halloween, man. Just a lot of stuff working, like I said. I'm excited to be here. We're here to check out the talent. Hopefully bring somebody on a couple of these shows, you feel me? Tonight, so everybody tune in. Make sure y'all networking, because again, your network is your net worth. You hear me? Midwest Connectz, you ain't connected? That you respect it.
Yo. Yo, y'all know what it is. It is the Connectz radio show, man. It is your man Uncanny live here with Shaw. You know what we do, man. We spin the hottest and unsigned hip hop and R&B, plus interviews with the brightest stars in the culture. I promise you that's what we doing tonight. We're going to bring y'all one of the South's hottest crooners, man. This dude make all types of R&B, soul. He got the hip hop collaborations. He goes by DeeHermDaVoice. DeeHerm, what up?
Yes, sir. What it do, man? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. How you feeling?
Man, pretty good. Fresh off work, as you can see, man. Button up to the top. You hear me?
I see you getting to that shmoney. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Talk to us about how you manage a full-time job and a full-time singing career.
Man, singing is a passion. It's more so, what I love to do as opposed to what I'm forced to do. To get out here and get this money with this day job, we got to take care of our little ones and the family that we have to take care of. So that's kind of more so of a force. But this passion thing, I'm trying to do that full time. So you got to get it how you live. You got to want it like you breathe. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. Talk to me. What does too good to lose mean to you?
Too good to lose. Well, before I made my group, my band, my blues group is what that is, by the way, for all y'all who don't know. I am DeeHermDaVoice, but Too Good to Lose is a whole brand that I made because I have people up under me that love what I do and want to do what I do. So I formed that because I feel like by myself, I'm too good. But with everybody else, including Uncanny and Spin City and the rest of my people, we too good to lose. So wherever we go, that's a brand, that's a movement, that's what we are. And I feel like once you put your eyes on Too Good to Lose, you can't take them off.
I heard that. So you said you have a blues band. How'd you get going with that?
I am from the Mississippi Delta, man, North Mississippi, about an hour south of Memphis on the Blues Highway. It's what I grew up in. It flowed through and through me like the blood. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, all of them, that's what they listen to. You don't hear no rap. On the R&B you used to hear growing up was maybe Luther Vandross or something, but other than that, it was Sir Charles Jones, Johnny Taylor, Marvin Ceases, and all the ghosts that's in that blues lane, man.
Okay. So it just naturally is just what you made because that's what you was hearing?
Well, I've been doing music for about 9 years. I was singing background for 6 years with my guy Ray Walker, man. Shout out to him. He the one who kind of started me in this Dallas scene. He from here.
Okay.
So when I moved here, I was singing background for him, but I never was able to find a producer to make the blues beats. So all of my solo music that I was making was forced to be placed on R&B beats. So it became R&B, like Destiny. But once I ran into JT, which is the guy that's in my blues group, we call him Cooley. He introduced me, crazy story, but he introduced me to a guy that make blues beats, and he was from Mound Bayou, Mississippi, 2 miles from where I am. And JT from Dallas. So I just feel like it was God, man. I found my producer, and man, I just started rocking with him.
Nice. And so you would say your sound now has gone more back to that blues. You said you had the R&B feel for a minute, but you definitely said you tapped back into the blues side of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do it all now, and I'm glad that I wasn't able to find the blues beats first, because that kind of forced me to, that's why I call myself DeeHermDaVoice, because I feel like I have about 14 voices, and I actually use them all on pretty much every song if that song calls for it. But being forced to do stuff on other beats, reggae beats, R&B beats, gospel, all of that, even the advertisements and the jingles that I was forced to kind of do, it formed that voice part of my name, you know.
Okay. So with that being said, you said you had some jingle work, you had some commercial work. How does that impact your musical career? Because a lot of artists don't know that lane or how to make money in that lane. So give me just a quick overview on how you kind of got into it.
I started because, as you can see, I got locks in my head now, y'all. Yeah. But when I first started this thing, I didn't. And guys used to mess up my haircut all the time. So therefore, it made me, you know, grow the locks. But I felt like in order to, I guess, force the barbers to take themselves a little bit more serious, I wanted to make a song for my partner who was in barber school at the time. And I did that. And once I did it, man, they loved it so much. So I'm like, hold up. I started going to the insurance companies. I started going to different people, just walking in, singing a song that I had already made for them. And, and with my college degree and the way I feel like we're so social, you know, how we actually move around and speak to people, I was able to land a few, you know, deals that way.
Okay. Yeah, and you threw it out there, man. You said you had a degree. I saw your pictures, man. You on Facebook. It looks like you was a D1 football player at one point. Talk to us about that experience and getting your degree.
Well, coming out of high school, I was number 36 player in the nation at the time. I was actually the number 1 offensive player in 2008 coming out of high school in the class of 4A. I got a full scholarship to Ole Miss. I had 32 offers, but I chose Ole Miss because my pops was a Rolling Stone, so he got 9 children, and they all was kind of scattered out, and I didn't really get to have a relationship with them as a young child. So as me being the oldest brother, I chose a school that wasn't far from mom, but right close to dad, where I could get used to those guys and all my siblings that was in that area. Being said, man, I did my thing. You know, I played ball there. And after that, I ended up getting picked up by a few NFL teams, got a few workouts and tryouts and things. I never played on TV, guys, you know, just practice squad and workouts. But after that, I went to Arena 1. Played 1 year with the New Orleans Voodoo, left there and went back to IFL, which was the Texas Revolution in the CIF. And I played there for 6 years. So that's what landed me back here in Dallas, actually.
Back in the Dallas area. Okay, so you kind of answered my next set of questions. No, that's dope, man. Talk to us about how that experience and being a professional athlete kind of shaped your music and how you wanted your music to come, you know, sound.
Man, I talk to Spin City about this all the time, man, because we both went to Ole Miss together. That's why I met him and he was a big promoter at the time, and I was a football player, but we both really hadn't tapped into our music side, just kind of dibbling and dabbling. So just honestly, if I say if it had any influence on the music, it would be the fact that I'm able to operate under pressure. I played in front of 100,000 people in Alabama Stadium and 50,000 in LSU. We beat Florida my freshman year with Tebow. That's why he was crying on TV. That was us who beat him. And that was in the swamp, you know what I'm saying, down in Florida. So just being in front of all them people when you got to have your quarterback literally 5 yards away from you and you can't hear what he's saying, and you have to use these signs and you have to still, you know, decipher through the nerves and be able to move around the way that you need to move around and actually communicate with your peers, man. It kind of shaped me to kind of be used to the noise and being able to tunnel vision to where I want to go, make my own pathway to where I want to go.
Nice. No, that's an invaluable skill set for sure. So talk to me, Herm. You got some new music out. You're promoting a single right now. Kind of introduce the single to me before we do the world premiere here on the show.
This single here, man, it was made by me and my guy. We call ourselves Too Good to Lose, man. The number 2 GOOD, the number 2 LOSC. Y'all look that up if you haven't, man. It's called Night Rider. This singer right here came from the soul. You hear me? This is my first ever blues track that I recorded. And this is just my baby, man. Look, I got a lot of people asking about it. They calling about it, but we got to keep this one, man. I appreciate you, Uncanny. Shout out to Who Better. Shout out to Midwest Connectz for putting this thing on the line today, man.
No, we appreciate you tapping in. World premiere, Too Good to Lose. This is Night Rider right here on the Connectz Radio.
Shout out to D4.
I give it to you in the morning. I'll give it to you in the evening. I'll give it to you at night. Oh yeah. I'll give it to you in the morning. I'll give it to you in the evening. I'll give it to you at night. You can be how you want it. Give it to you how you want it. You can be my baby. Or you can be my best friend. And I ain't even got cable, but we can watch us some Netflix. It don't have to be nighttime. We can sit there and daydream. Girl, I do it all the time. Cause that little pussy is amazing. And that little pussy got some power. It make me sing about it. And age ain't nothing but a number. And we can do without it, yeah. Or we can do without it. She turned around and she gave me that look. I grabbed her hand and she shimmy her shoulders. She said, boy, don't you know I'm too old for you. But you're cute and I really want in the morning. I'll give it to you in the evening. I'll give it to you at night. Oh yeah. I'll give it to you in the morning. I'll give it to you in the evening. I'll give it to you at night. How you want it, to you how you want it.
Don't gotta move, girl, watch my move. I'm not confused, but my body telling me it want you. You can spin, you can kick, you can hit a 1-2. Tongue kissing on the ride, that's I bet I want you. Ooh, I'm knee deep, baby. Making love inside the stables, got my feelings on the table. Ooh, you got me weak, baby. Feel like you made for me, baby.
I give it to you in the morning. I give it to you in the evening. I'll give it to you at night. Oh yeah. I'll give it to you in the morning. I'll give it to you in the evening. I'll give it to you at night. How you want it, to you how you want it. I'll give it to you in the morning. I'll give it to you when you need it. I'll give it to you when you want it. Oh yeah. I'll give it to you in the evening. You can be my little night rider. You can be my little night rider.
Yes, sir.
I see you. I see you. That joint definitely gives me like big Pokey vibes. You know Pokey?
I just opened for Poker 3 weeks ago, man. Right
See?
here in Dallas.
How was that show?
He rocked out too. That was right before the one he fell off the stage at. But yeah, it was a good show, man. It was probably 150 people in this little old bitty spot, man, hole in the wall spot, which is what the blues is all about, man.
Oh
We
yeah,
right there dabbing them people's faces, and I swear we had people that was born in the 60s and 70s sitting on the floor recording us right in front of us. I'd never felt it like that in my life.
that's dope, man. So, and you kind of gave me a hint. You said you like those small crowds and everybody, that energy. What do you like more? Do you like doing the small rooms or do you like doing the big shows? And then give me a couple of reasons why or why not.
I like both, but the small rooms I'm able to actually connect more. They can touch me. They can walk up to me. They can sit in front of me and record me. They can almost feel the sweat coming off my face if I'm sweating. So it's a little bit better in forms of in where I come from. That's kind of where I come from, a pass through town. You know, if you're on the new highway, you cough a couple times, you're out of my town if you don't turn right or left. So performing at those spots or even being in those spots, I'm more comfortable. And the big stages, like, which is the trail rides, which is what we do down here down south, as you can see, the horse riding and everything's like a family reunion. But the stage is way bigger, and it may be 2,000 people, it may be 1,500. It may last weekend we had Bone. I brought Bone in to open up for me, basically, you know, because it's my guy, and they play his song every ride, but I haven't seen him here, so I brought him in. It was 1,500 plus by 8 o'clock, and people were still coming in the gates at 1:30. So just to be there and have that big stage with the big lights and seeing all the crowd that's back there, it's amazing too, but they're farther away. So me looking in a woman's eyes when I say, I'll give it to you, it hit different. You know what I'm saying?
It hit different. Okay. So they definitely both have their pluses and minuses. Can't argue with that. Outside of the Night Rider joint, what else can we expect from you in 2023, man? I know everybody's applying pressure. You was just down at South by. Give me a little bit of the recap of your experience there, and then kind of what we can expect moving forward.
South by Southwest was my first one attending as an artist. All the rest of them I've been attending as more so fans and supporting other artists that I've been behind or background for. So this year for me was more learning and networking and making connections with those that I've only seen online or like you know.
Absolutely.
Getting in your face and actually seeing how you rock and how you move and meeting your team and the people that you have that I may not have seen. Making sure people remember me, man. Taking something and not forgetting it and actually adopting it to my game. That's what this year was about down there. So I got a lot. I learned a lot. I had so much fun. I was tired from walking them hills, but it was amazing, man. But this year, man, I have a lot of stuff coming out right now. I think I have about 17 total features that's already out from guys all over the world. Yeah, they've been putting out stuff, man. I call myself the voice, so I pride myself on hooks, man. If anybody need a hook, y'all hit me up. I want my voice everywhere in the world. I don't care where you at. I got probably 3 or 4 solo singles that's coming out, more so on my album, which is called The Soul in Me. That'll be coming out this year as well. So it's going to be a mixture of, I'll say 1970s type of blues and R&B. The Too Good to Lose album, we have 4 singles out now: Pain, Night Rider, Sunday, and See You Looking. So here in Texas, man, they already banging. They love them here. We pretty much the trail ride kings out here in Texas. Every weekend we booked at a ride or some type of comedy show or something like that. So man, just look out for it, man. We got a lot coming, man. I'll be posting, man. I hope my guys get behind me and they, you know, post it and everything too, so we can reach out to some here that I don't know. But we got a whole bunch coming out, man. It's your boy DeeHermDaVoice, Mr. I give it to you when you want it.
You heard him, man. I'm gonna have to tap in, man. Them trail rides look like a lot of fun. Kind of explain to me, because I'm a Midwesterner, so we don't have that up here. Kind of explain to me what that is, because you referenced it a few times. And you said 1,500, 2,000 people coming to hang. So what is a trail ride? What does that all encompass? You said big stage and horses, and talk to me about it.
Well, trail ride is basically a community. You know, it started back in like 1984, pretty much. I know the guy who threw the first trail ride here in Dallas. That's actually where we were this weekend at our trail ride, which is, I'm in a group called Elite Riders. But we also are Too Good to Lose. So we are the artists out there. We are the only trail riders, true trail riders that are artists. There are no other trail artists that are trail ride. You have your Jeter Jones and all those guys who call themselves the king of the trail ride scene in music. And that may be true, because they are. They be tearing it up. But they're not in a real trail ride group. So when it comes to trail ride, man, it's more so like a big family reunion. It's a community. It's a village. We raise each other's kids. You know, we make sure that one another is good. You have 2-3 different associations that's associated in the trail ride community, and each group are in an association. So basically what that means is if you're in an association with another group, then everyone supports everybody. You're not going to throw a ride on the same date as another group because we want to be at theirs. That's why it's always 1,500 plus at a ride, because everyone is coming to each other's rides. So with that being said, man, it's real safe fun. You know, we're going to search every car. There's no guns. We're going to make sure the sheriffs are out there searching every car along with us. We're going to make sure that from 11 in the morning to 5 p.m. that the kids have volleyball or kickball or four-wheelers. We teach them how to ride horses. We're teaching them how to, you know, cope with whatever. We teach them, you know, homework. We're doing it all, you know, football, just everything that a kid would love to do. They're going to do it from 11 in the morning to 5 p.m. Now, at 5 p.m., most of the time, the trail ride, the actual ride leaves. That's you have these big wagons, double-decker, triple-decker wagons where people can actually stand on and ride while the truck is pulling it. Music is playing on these. So you may have 4 or 5 of those with different groups on it. And groups are bigger. You may have 50 in a group, 100 in a group. You may have 20. So you have your four-wheelers, your side-by-sides, and your horses. And you go on a ride, which is pretty much similar to a parade. But around the countryside. And each house that you pass, no matter the race, no matter none of that, they used to it because it's in their neighborhood. They're going to get on their side-by-side or their four-wheeler or their horse and join into that ride.
That's dope.
And head right on back around to the field where the field party is happening from 6 until. That's pretty much the try ride is. But occasionally, you know, you'll have your groups who have the bigger picture in mind. So they may, you know, want to bring in an artist like King George or Calvin Richardson or, you know, Jay Warnes. You have your Us, Bone and Max. And because you do have your twerking music and your, you know, your stuff that goes on. So those guys will get some love and get some play out there. So bringing them in is actually a good thing at times. So, you know, that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell, man. But y'all got to catch it for sure, man. And I want Too Good to Lose riders is what I'm starting it really next week.
There you go.
I want to bring it around the world. I want to trail ride around the world, but I got to get with you guys to do that.
Man, we're going to make it happen. Whatever we can do to assist, we will be glad to do that, man. Herm, you are connected. You are respected. We appreciate your time. Is there anything you want to leave with the fans before we let you go?
Man, look, if you ain't following me already, y'all see the name on the screen. Y'all go look that up, man. DeeHermDaVoice, DeeHermDaVoice. Y'all look that up. And if you haven't followed Too Good to Lose yet, that song just went off. It will be in your ears in the next 4 to 5 months if you ain't heard it already. So go follow us too, man. Number 2 GOOD, the number 2 LOSC. Shout out to all the Midwest Connectz. Shout out to my dog Uncanny. Who better? Spin City, Bone the Mac, man. I appreciate y'all. Mister, I give it to you when you want it.
Man, y'all know what it is. So happy to have you here, D. Man, we appreciate DeeHerm for stopping in for this episode of the Connectz Radio Show. Remember, you can catch this as well as every other interview on your favorite podcast platforms, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and more. Plus, we got the live video already on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, man. Y'all know what to do. Tap in with me next week. Actually, tomorrow we'll be back with another dope interview. Every episode of the Connectz Radio Show is powered by bettersblock.com, getyourbuzzup.com, midwestmixtapes.com, straightofficial.com, the Fleet DJs, the Nerve DJs, and of course, the Midwest Connectz. When I say that, y'all know what it is. At The Real Uncanny on all your favorite socials. And of course, if you ain't connected, you ain't respected. We'll see y'all soon.